Good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
Morning. I'm glad you made it. Mariano, you here? I heard you had some trouble uh, receiving an invitation for the course. I'm glad you made it here.
Thank you, teacher.
All right. How's everyone? How's everyone doing? By the way, we're meeting on Thursdays, 8:30, right? Up to 10:30, roughly. And we're also meeting on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, I didn't have, or I hadn't received actually the official list of students who were part of this section. Therefore, I couldn't arrange everything so we could have a class because I didn't have your names to set up the course. That's why we didn't have classes on Tuesday. But we're meeting regularly, or we're going to be meeting regularly on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time.
Teacher, sorry for interrupt you, but and there's a August, it's September.
August, September, you're totally right. I'm in the past. Let me change that thing for the heads up. September, I really can't believe. Yeah, I can't believe it's the August is over. Okay.
It's not anymore.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the heads up. Okay. Alrighty. So this section, section 1, supposedly will have almost 30 students, which has some implications in terms of the methodology that we're going to be using. The section 3, for instance, has only 13. Therefore, this is going to be a large class compared to the other sections. I think section 1 and 2 will have at least 30 or 32 students, okay? So that's going to have some implications in what we're going to be doing, in the way, basically, we're going to be doing things. So far, I see Bastián, Diego, Gaspar, Héctor, Ignacio, Mariano, Nicolás, Omar, Paloma, Sebastián Camaño, and I was calling Pia Cerda and Satka Medina, but they seem not to be available. So let me walk you through the syllabus, if you don't mind, for this course. I'm going to explain some aspects of the syllabus, and at any moment, if you have questions or comments, please interrupt me, all right? I'm going to share the syllabus right now. Let me know if you can see it. Sorry, I'm having a cup of coffee.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the sequel, right? This is the course coming after Fonética Inglesa 1. Fonética Inglesa 1, or what was called ELT 115, right? The previous course dealt with segmentals, dealt with individual sounds, vowel sounds, right? When we discussed vowel sounds, we talked about monophthongs, diphthongs, triphthongs, right? And then we moved on to describe consonant sounds. And that was the course about, basically, right? Vowel sounds, consonant sounds, and phonemic transcription. So the focus of that course was the sounds in isolation, right? Individual. For example, cat we would focus on k, a, t. So we were able to identify each one of the elements. We were able to describe each one of the elements according to certain criteria, right? Now, the second course, this Fonética Inglesa 2, or ELT 125, deals with suprasegmental features of the language. Suprasegmental features has to do with, and in here I have in the description of the course, I'm going to switch to Spanish because this is in Spanish, and then we're going to make some comments in English, all right? So in this course, we are going to be dealing with conceptos fonológicos, tales como acento, estrés, características del discurso articulado, patrones y funciones de la entonación, y patrones prosódicos de estructuras a nivel de la palabra, frase y oración. That's the idea. I'm not going to give a full explanation of everything here, but let's suppose, okay, let's take, for example, stress. If you remember, it's not the same when you say import and import, or suspect or suspect. The idea is that when you are changing the stress in a word, you are changing the part of speech. When you say import or suspect, when you stress the first syllable, you're using a noun, right? The suspect was waiting for his trial. The import of apples to the Chilean market will lower the prices. But if you change the stress to the second syllable, we get a verb, an action. Suspect, import. I suspect that my favorite, I suspect that a student is cheating in the exam. They are going to import some pairs. So if we shift the stress from one syllable to the other, we're going to change the part of speech. Okay, let's take a look at the second one. Sorry, not the second one, but características del discurso articulado. It's not the same when we say, today I am going to explain everything about suprasegmental features. It's not the same when we read or pronounce each word very clearly, right? And in a very slow pattern or slow motion pattern. Discurso articulado or connected speech refers to the way in which normal people in normal life at a normal speed, right, or pace, pronounce things. So for example, I would say, today I'm going to explain you about the suprasegmental features of connected speech. Or instead of saying I'm going to, I will use I'm gonna use. So sounds are modified. Some sounds when we speak, right, and we connect words, some sounds are shortened. Some sounds disappear completely. Some sounds are modified. As when I say, for example, instead of saying don't you know, and I say don't you know, don't you know, right? So sounds are modified. Even some new sounds appear when we connect words, because in this course we're going to go beyond individual sounds, and we're going to focus on the word, the phrase, and the sentence. Okay? Exactly, Mariano. Like outer, like out of reach, out of reach. Exactly. So that's a very good example, Mariano. So in this course, we're going to focus on try to describing this connected speech, right? Which is closer to what actually happens when we listen to a song, when we listen to someone talking in a movie or in an interview. People don't speak like very slow. Well, some people do, of course, but in general, they connect sounds, right, one after each other, and each one of the words may be modified somehow. Um, so when we transcribe, right, we're going to focus on what actually is happening, not like, we go online, we type a word, and we check out the way the word is transcribed, but actually the way in which the speaker is pronouncing the word. If the speaker is saying Ghana, we're going to transcribe Ghana and not going to. Okay, if the speaker says don't you, we're going to transcribe don't you and not don't you. Okay, so that's how what we covered last semester is going to be a background, sort of a base for you, and then we're moving from that base, right, to this next level. So that's the idea. We're focusing and going beyond individual sounds to cover words, phrases, and sentences. Um, and also we're dealing with intonation, right? We're dealing with intonation in this course because it's not the same when someone says, I'm going to cook, and the other person says, really? Second example, same person says, I'm going to cook, and the other person says, really? You're expressing a judgment, right? When you say really, or when you say really. So I guess in the first one, you probably are happy that the other person is going to cook. And the second example, probably you can't believe it because you basically are judging the person that probably is not such a good cook according to your own perception. So intonation carries emotion. So the same word, really, if you say it with a different intonation, it's going to explain something that you think, um, some judgment, right? Sorry. So that's the idea for this course, going beyond individual sounds and focusing on words, phrases, and sentences, and how sounds interact with each other. So far, so good. Any comments or questions in English or? All right then, let's move on. At any moment, please, feel free to ask questions. All right. This is in the LMS, by the way. Do you all have access to the LMS? Does anyone have not tried or does not have access to UCM Virtual? Okay, so I get either entering or maybe I'm having a poor internet connection and you're not listening to what I'm what I'm saying. The the course is divided in three main topics. Prominence, lexical accent, strong and weak
Teacher,
forms. Yes, sir.
we couldn't hear you well. You said three main names and you were stopped.
Thank you so much for the feedback. Yes, the course is divided into roughly 3 units. Okay, the first unit that deals with suprasegmental features. Thank you, Satka. In this unit 1, the contents that will be included are the syllable, prominence, lexical accent, strong and weak forms, and of course we're going to consider the phonetic transcription. Okay, that's sorry, the first unit. In the first unit, you'll have to read some documents or sections that are here. Cars 2013, pages 1 through 27. Roach, pages 56 to 89, and Car again, page 70 to 86. Now, at some point, you will have to decide whether you are going to read Car or you're going to read Roach, because you can read both, but sometimes you're going to find the same elements present, the same contents present in both. So it's not that you have to read Car and Roach. So, I mean, take a look at them, okay? And then you decide. I I put a link in the LMS for a digital folder. So you can find these Cars and Roach's books in a PDF format, okay? And you can read. So that the link is there for these texts, right? For these books. There's going to be, of course, ICT, because ICT is basically what we're doing now. We're dealing with computers, we're dealing with applications, software, etc., etc. And there will be some short projects and short oral presentations. Anything that we do in terms of evaluation that has to do with listening activities will go to this 10%. Okay? Anything that we do that is written will go to this 10%, to the writing skill. And everything we do that is connected with speaking or with the speaking skill will go to this 10%. Okay? That's the first unit. The second unit, sorry. So the first unit has to do with everything connected with suprasegmental features, right? We're going to go over this later, so probably maybe the concept of suprasegmental is not very, very clear now, but it will at some point. The second unit has to do with intonation, functions and forms of intonation, rhythm, the accent at the sentence level, the functions of the tone, tonicity, tonality, and again, the phonetic transcription. Okay. On the last column, you will see the authors and the pages as well. And in the third column, you will see that in terms of evaluation, everything we do that is connected with speaking will go to this 15% this time. Everything we do connected with writing will go to this 10%, and everything we do that is connected with listening will go to this 10%. Okay, that's the second unit. And the third unit will have to do with connected speech. There are some features, some elements, some aspects that are used to describe how sounds interact with each other. Sometimes when we talk about elision, sounds disappear, right? Sometimes when we refer to assimilation, sometimes one sound influences another, and this influence can go forward or backwards. Okay, we're going to see that. So assimilation is present in several ways. Sometimes it's a manner of articulation, or sometimes it's connected with place of articulation, right? Sometimes it's connected with voicing. And there are many different features of connected speech, like coalescence, juncture, parenthesis. And in this section, well, again, in the last column, you have the text, right? The textbooks or the books with the pages. And in terms of evaluation, we're going to have some recordings that we're going to analyze in terms of transcribe them phonetically, right? And the new thing about this section or this unit is that there will be some micro teaching activities, meaning that you're going to pair up with other students. Yuck, cold coffee. And you're going to teach one lesson, one short lesson, maybe 10 to 15 a lesson. You will have to pick one of these, for example, assimilation of manner of articulation, and you will teach a short lesson, a short class, following a structure that we're going to discuss. Okay, we're going to give some examples how to do this, and you're going to provide, you're going to model, you're going to provide exercises, you're going to define the feature of connected speech, of course, at the beginning, etc., etc. Okay, it's going to be interesting. We're going to see this in detail later. Okay, and everything we do in terms of speaking activities will go to this 10%. This is the syllabus, right? And the last section of this unit, number 3, right, has to do with different dialectal varieties of English. So we're going to have some choices for you, some options. You know that in Britain there are so many different dialects of English, or different accents, right? In United States as well. But also we have other varieties of English that are spoken in other countries that are in which English is also an official language, but probably it's a second language. So we will have English spoken by, I don't know, besides Canada and Australia, right? We will have probably Singapore. We will have English spoken by even by Chinese. So the idea is that in this section, you might take a leading or a protagonist role, and you could also refer to one different variety of the English language. We're going to have some class discussion here, and it's going to be part of a project that you're going to be carrying out. Okay. Any questions or comments about this syllabus? All right. If you have any questions, do not hesitate. you, Bastian. Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes. Do we have to read the books or is an option? Teacher, you are hearing me or not?
Sort of. Could you repeat the question, please, or the comment?
Do we have to read the books or is optional?
Um, it is very risky not to read the books because the books provide you with more technical explanation or a technical language. So also the books contain examples that sometimes may clarify what we're going to be doing in classes. So you can read them at your own pace. You could go back and then read again. So that's something that I would strongly suggest. Now, sometimes there are 2 or 3 books that are there that deal with intonation. So maybe you can choose one of them, but you need to take a look at the 3 and decide which one for you is clearer or which one for you looks more interesting. I don't know, but it's up to you. But I would strongly suggest that you at least pick one book from the ones given. All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Sapka, the sorry, the textbooks, as far as I know, are already there. Let me double check because I I think they are. That's why I was modifying the LMS. Let me just tell you specifically where you can find them. I'm going to share the LMS. I'm not there. Can you see the LMS now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right. So you will have, or you will find, sorry, 5 tabs. Introduction, class material, recorded session, evaluation, and complementary material. So let me see if I can change the role to student here. So, okay. So in the introduction, this is what you're going to see. In el programa del curso de planificación de la actividad curricular, if you click there, you will see the syllabus. Okay. And if you keep going, well, that's basically it. In the second tab, it says class material. You will find a Kahoot game that deals with contents that were covered last semester. Well, most of them were covered by last semester, and so that you can play and you can diagnose yourself if you remember or if you don't remember some aspects about segmental features of English. By segmental, I mean you know, vowel sounds and consonant sounds, right? And that's the idea. And in this one, it says shared folder. And if you click there, it will take you to a drive. In Google Drive, and there's a folder here. And you will see several books there are in the syllabus, and also some additional ones. For example, the ship or sheep, an intermediate pronunciation course, is not in the syllabus, but also you could find some interesting examples there. Or the sound of English, a practical course in British English pronunciation. It's not in the syllabus, but you can also find other materials. All right. So it's already here. And the good thing about this is that it says find resources in this shared folder. You can add more resources such as Word files, PDF files, PowerPoint presentations, videos, anything that you find that you think, well, this is interesting. This is helpful. I would like to share it with the rest of the class, with the rest of my classmates, so you can add it, because you are editors of this folder as well as I am. Okay, so everyone is an editor. You can try not to erase, okay, files, but just add more if you want. Okay, there's a Word file called audiovisual resources, which is basically YouTube videos. I think most of us are more entertained and learn faster if we watch YouTube videos. So there are several here for you to deal with contents connected with each one of the units. Unit 1, 2, and 3. There are videos connected with supersegmental features. By the way, when we say supersegmental features, we're talking about all of this, right? Intonation, connected speech, all of this is supersegmental feature. This is a big title, actually, which has to do with everything we're going to be seeing during this course. Everything we are going to see during this semester will deal with supersegmental features of English. Okay? In the next tab, you will find the recorded sessions or the recorded class. Okay, the recorded class, and in the next tab, everything connected with evaluation, right? Or whenever you have to take a quiz, whenever you have to take a test, whenever you need to find a rubric, whenever you need to find the grades, right? Your grades, go to the evaluation tab, okay? And complementary material will be left for the teaching assistant if there is a teaching assistant this semester, right? That's my dog. One of the dogs, right? Actually. So that's the ELMS. Okay, and so you already find the readings, right? That I strongly suggest that you take a look at. Do not just well. I suggest that you take a look at the shared folder to select which book you're going to use to learn about supersegmental features of the English language. And also, I suggest that you take a look at the YouTube videos, right? There are several of them here in this Word file. And I strongly suggest that if you find any, please share so I can add it here for everyone. I think we always need to consider ourselves a community. So whenever I find something that might be useful for someone else, I share it. Okay, that's. I hope that you can have that feeling that you're not keeping anything that is good for learning only for yourselves, but you're willing to share, right? Um, Not just videos, but also apps. Anything that can help you to gain more knowledge and more practice for this course. Um, Questions, comments? Is everything clear about the LMS?
For me, it's clear.
All right, all right. Thank you for the feedback. So there's going to be some a very active role. Thank you. All right, Sapka Gaspar. Thank you. So if we follow the um, by the way, if you remember, if you have seen the news, if you don't, so basically, we're having classes. I'm looking at my notebook, right? We're having classes, and up to October the 27th, we're having classes, right, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? So on October the 27th, that's a Tuesday, and on October the 29th, Thursday, having classes, well, regular classes, because that's when the first assessment week is scheduled, okay? So on October the 27th and on October the 29th, we're not having regular classes, okay? Did you know that? Were you familiar with that already? Let me see if I can share this. Okay, so important dates to remember: October the 27th and October the 29th. That's Tuesday and Thursday. We're having the first assessment week. So we're not having regular classes. And after the first assessment week, that's going to be October, November. Sorry, November the 3rd, and that's a Tuesday, right? And November the 5th, that's a Thursday. We're not having classes because we're having a recess. Okay, so it's a break. We're not having regular classes. We're off, okay, for a week. And then on December the 8th, there is a religious holiday. Religious holiday. So we're not having classes on December the 8th. Okay. And on December, believe it or not, 22nd, and that's a Tuesday. And on December the 24th, that is a Thursday, the second assessment week.
Christmas.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Merry
Christmas
Christmas.
times. Yeah. Merry Christmas and Merry Christmas. Here's your test. Okay, we're having the second assessment week. Okay, so that's right. That's right. Okay. So very important dates to remember, because during the first assessment week, there's a high probability that we're not having regular classes, but you're just taking the tests. And the same thing during the second assessment week. We're not having regular classes, but you are sitting the tests. December the 8th, we're not having a regular class. December the 8th, it's going to be Tuesday. And after the first assessment week, we're having a recess week. That means that we're not having classes, but everyone is, I guess. I mean, I don't know if everyone, but at least you guys are going to have a 1 week break, which is quite good, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, breaks are always welcomed. So that's those are important dates to keep in mind. And I don't know if you have any questions or comments so far.
Yeah, I have a question. Another
Yes,
question.
sir. Mm-hmm.
The test will be in the afternoon, in the noon, in the morning. What do you think?
I don't know, Bastian, what do you think?
I think uh, in the afternoon, because in the past semester uh, were in the afternoon normally. Uh, we had in the morning, but I think the most were in the afternoon.
Right. That's a very good question because we can prepare and we can plan in advance. Um, One option would be to leave or to set up the tests for the class. So if you are having classes on Tuesday and Thursdays, right, for section one, maybe you can take one of the tests on Tuesday and the other test on Thursdays during your class, right, in class time. And the other option is what you are presenting, Bastian, that we select a moment in the day in which everyone will be taking the test, right, at the same time. I mean, during the same period of the day, in the afternoon or in the morning. So those are two very interesting options. The good thing is that I'm going to be, I mean, lucky me, I don't know about you, but I'm in charge of the three sections. Therefore, whatever we agree, right, it's going to be for all of the sections. I don't know if you prefer to have the tests during the same class, in the UK's from 8:30 up to 10:30, or if you prefer to do the test in a different day, for example, having the option to access the test during the afternoon or during the morning. That's that's something that I want you to consider. All right, you don't have to answer that question now, but consider this if you want to take the tests or quizzes during the class or at a different moment during the same day. Okay, consider that. So later we're going to discuss this, and I don't know, you can vote before, and maybe you can um, give this teacher, right, your answer as a group. Okay, that's one option, right? Consider the way in which you want to have your evaluations. Okay. Um, I would like to stress or point out that at some moment this during this course you will have a leading role, meaning that at some moments you will be teaching, you will be presenting a content to the class. For example, when we deal with my features of connected speech, you will select one topic. You will present this topic in terms of its definition, right? You will provide examples, and you will explain these examples. Then you will provide exercises for your classmates. You will give feedback about these exercises, and then you will give your micro class a closure, right? We will give you um, examples, right? So you know what to do or what to expect from this a micro teaching experience. Okay. The new thing this semester is that there will be a student who is in her practicum period. Um, this is the last practicum that she is having. If you know, you as a student of this program, you need to do practicum. What in Spanish is called práctica, right? Práctica. And this is her professional practicum. Okay. So let me give you the exact moment in which Okay. Okay, so her name is Javiera Cabeza. She is a student in her last year. She is in her practicum period, and she will be with you guys on Tuesdays. So we will be together during this first weeks. But at some point, she is going to be teaching the class on Tuesdays. Okay, just like you guys, at some moment in during your program or major, you will have to teach others to show that you have developed the necessary pedagogical skills, right? And this time, because of the context that we're having now, because of the coronavirus, right? Some students were able to have their practicum in schools, but other students were not able to find a school. Therefore, they are doing the practicum here in first year courses and second year courses. Okay, so Javiera will be here on Tuesday. I'm sure she will introduce herself properly, and you can ask her any questions that you might want to ask her. Okay, so that's new thing of this semester as well. If you are okay with that, we're going to have a break, a 10-minute break, and after the break, we are going to continue with the syllabus, specifically the section that has to do with diagnostic, uh, the diagnostic section, right? We're going to remember, right, what you learned last semester. So there will be some exercises. You will have to speak. You will have to identify. You will have to describe. Okay, and this is in a quite friendly atmosphere because we're not going to be tested or quizzed. We're not giving a grade. This is just going to be a friendly conversation about contents from the last semester. Okay? It is important for you to remember that what we built last semester, it's going to be the base for what we're dealing this semester with. Okay, so it's important to remember, maybe ask questions that were not asked last semester, and I invite you to have a break now and connect later for this sort of review of the last semester's contents. All right. So I will see you in 10 minutes approximately. Enjoy your break.